men knowing how Michael was. If you don't believe me, tell me when's the last time Michael was in a relationship that you believe.
The latest revelation by Katt Williams that has enthralled fans and critics of the king of pop, Michael Jackson, is one that will leave fans and critics of the singer stunned. As a daring and outspoken writer, Williams shares shocking facts about Jackson's mysterious life and work. Be ready to have your expectations met and challenged as Williams reveals the truth about the enigmas of Michael Jackson. Katt Williams and the world of comedy. Katt Williams, born Micah Sierra Williams, stands out as a dynamic force in the world of comedy, renowned for his vibrant stage presence and unapologetically raw humor. Emerging in the late 1990s and early 2000s, Williams quickly captured the spotlight with his memorable performances in comedy specials such as Katt Williams, Lev and Katt Williams, Pimp Chronicles, PT1. His comedy, characterized by its energetic delivery and often provocative content, distinguishes him from his peers. Williams is known for his ability to blend humor with sharp social commentary, tackling issues that many shy away from. His comedy delves into a range of topics from systemic oppression affecting Black communities to the darker side of celebrity culture. This fearless approach sets him apart in an industry where many comedians prefer to tread lightly. Williams' willingness to address controversial and sensitive subjects head-on adds a layer of depth to his performances, making his work both compelling and divisive. While his style may be seen as crude or audacious by some, it is this very boldness that garners respect and draws attention. Williams's comedy is more than just entertainment. It's a form of social critique that challenges audiences to confront uncomfortable truths. His unique perspective on modernity and the pitfalls of stardom resonates with those who appreciate comedy that goes beyond mere laughs. Though his approach can be polarizing, it is this blend of humor and critique that ensures his place as a significant voice in contemporary comedy. His career reflects a commitment to exploring and exposing the complexities of social issues, making his contributions to the entertainment world both influential and significant. The new bombshell: what Katt Williams revealed. Katt Williams has always loved to speak his mind on some of the most popular celebrities, and Michael Jackson was not left out. For years, Katt's remarks about the king of pop have been as informative as they have been provocative. Williams has been in a habit of analyzing Jackson's multifaceted life and career, achievements and accomplishments, the scandals that defined his career. Katt's interpretation of Jackson has often been based on the stress and hardship of being a superstar in today's world. He has described how Michael's prodigious gift was inextricable from a dark private life, much of which was formed by the enormous pressure that was placed on him from childhood. During his stand-up shows, Katt has made jokes about how children like Jackson are expected to be perfect, how such expectations can make one act crazy and have personal problems. In the case of the issues concerning Jackson, Katt has not been reluctant to discuss the child molestation charges that characterized the later part of the singer's life. His comments are always witty mixed with critique, which makes it possible to question Jackson's actions while at the same time recognizing how the media attention affected his life. Katt is straightforward and does not hesitate to address problematic issues, which is why he is not afraid to go into hot-button topics. The earlier comments that Katt Williams made about Jackson paved way for the revelations that he has made in the later days. This is evident from his previous attempts at portraying Jackson's life and career, both in a realistic and sympathetic manner, which is his overall critique of the demands of stardom. In light of these themes Katt is yet to develop, the previous observations help in establishing the background against which the current perceptions by Katt can be understood. Whether it is in the form of criticism or in acknowledging Jackson's unique ability, Katt's words urge the viewers to dig deeper and contemplate on the deeper meaning of fame and the life of a superstar. In his recent interviews and stand-up routines, Katt Williams has lifted the veil on some interesting and shocking facts about Michael Jackson. Williams did not shy away from telling what he said to be the truth about Jackson's life, private as well as professional. Katt's book is a chronology of Jackson's life, which was filled with conspiracy and mystery that people never knew about. This is one of the major revelations that Katt has made about Jackson's life, which shows that the later struggled to cope with the pressures of stardom. Williams explained how Jackson was keen to portray an image that was different from what he was going through in his personal life. He also mentioned that Jackson felt so lonely even though he was famous all over the world, and that the King of Pop can find comfort in the most unlikely places and individuals. Katt also disclosed that Jackson had many people he trusted with his secrets, and some of them were very instrumental in keeping him away from the public. Williams went beyond merely referencing his own personal experiences. In addition to this, he focused on the negative aspects of Jackson's life, such as the incident involving child abuse. The manner in which Katt responds to these allegations is one that certainly provokes contemplation. Although it is true that Jackson was a man who had many problems, he claims that the media has exaggerated the matter to an extent that is well beyond what is reasonable. According to Katt, there were numerous levels of conspiracy and deception, both on the part of Jackson and those who wished to gain money off of his misdeeds. Katt's perspective was in agreement with this assessment. According to Katt's account, it is feasible to draw the conclusion that Jackson's life was permeated with both genuine sins and the sins that resulted from the manipulation of the media. Some of the specific incidents that Katt Williams has made include the following that has attracted the attention of everyone. One of them is about the mysterious journey that Jackson made in the early 2000s. According to Katt, the man wanted to get away from the attention of the press. Katt also notes that Jackson's team planned this trip to a secluded place as a business meeting. However, Katt suggests that this trip was not due to any work-related issues, but was more of a concern of Jackson's health and state of mind. One of the other examples that Katt made is Jackson's notorious plastic surgeries. According to Williams, Jackson's changes of looks were not only cosmetic, but were an indication of Jackson's issues with identity. Katt also says that Jackson had to go for surgeries in order to cope with his problems, and stresses that Jackson had to change his image over and over again. The most debatable aspect of Katt's revelations is his view of the people close to Jackson in the later part of his life. Williams suggests that several people who knew Jackson were not just friends, but rather played a role in influencing most of his actions and image. As Katt noted, some of them had their financial interest in keeping Jackson in the limelight, and thus the creation of a system of lies and deception. The revelations made by Katt Williams have received the usual media frenzy that people would anticipate. The media and entertainment journalists have not been left behind in the coverage of the story, with headlines varying from sensationalist to skeptical. Some of the media outlets have applauded Katt for his courage to come forward and share information about the parts of Jackson's life that were unknown to the public. These reports show that Katt is ready to address the issues which people do not want to discuss and offer a fresh look at Jackson's life and career. However, there has been a lot of criticism with regard to the issue in question. Some of the critics have claimed that Katt has made revelations which are based on mere assumptions and gossips. There have been criticisms that Williams used Jackson's name to further his own agenda, and that what he said can be viewed as an effort to use Jackson's name and the continued fascination with his life to his advantage. These critics urge that Katt's assertions should not be believed without questioning because his view is distorted by his prejudice and sensationalism. Fans, too, have had similar reactions. Some viewers are interested in Katt's new ideas and are glad to get a new point of view. Others are disappointed that Jackson's private life is still being discussed. Some fans of Michael Jackson believe that he was a great musician and an icon in the industry, and so they feel that Katt is taking away the positive things that was in his life. Revisiting the Michael Jackson controversies. Michael Jackson, the King of Pop, remains one of the most enigmatic and debatable personalities of the show business. Many people still consider him as revolutionary in his music and performances, and his impact can still be observed in today's pop culture. However, he was not free from controversies, and these controversies are still relevant up to this present time. It is now high time to look at the main issues concerning Jackson: child abuse accusations, how fame affects the artist's mental health, and the battle with the media. We will also examine how Katt Williams' recent revelations fit into these historical paradigms. Child abuse allegations. The most scandalous and the longest-standing problem in Michael Jackson's life was several accusations of child molestation that occurred in early 1990s and the early years of the 21st century. The first major controversy arose in 1993 when a young boy by the name of Jordan Chandler accused Jackson of molestation. This led to a very high-profile investigation and a $23 million payout, even though Jackson was never arrested for any crime, and to this date continues to deny the accusations made against him. The settlement was considered by many as a measure that Jackson used to avoid a long trial, but it did not assist in eliminating the rising uncertainties and rumors. The allegations came again in 2005 when Jackson was accused of child sexual abuse on the similar charges by another young boy, Gavin Arvizo. Jackson was acquitted from all the charges in this case, but the trial impacted him in many ways socially and personally. The legal cases that followed him throughout his career and the media attention that came with it was the black cloud over his success. These allegations have recently been brought into new light by Katt Williams, who claimed that the media coverage was biased. Katt has also noted that there was a conspiracy and lies, and Jackson as well as the accusers were part of something much bigger. Williams also has his say about the fact that Jackson was a very unbalanced character, and the media did not do much to help the public to understand all the circumstances surrounding the accusations. Michael Jackson was one of the most selling artists in the world, and he became famous very quickly, but the life at the top was not good for his psychological state. Jackson was taken to the world of entertainment at a tender age, and this was when the Jackson 5 was formed. The fact that he had to stay a superstar was the main cause of many issues in his life. Jackson's public image was rather strange, which people blamed on the pressure that he was under. Some of the changes in his physical appearance, such as multiple plastic surgeries, were as a result of his struggles. Jackson himself confessed to loneliness and the need for a personal life, which seemed to be quite opposite to the rather public life he led. Katt Williams has recently described how Jackson's fame was not only the means to success, but also a great issue. To Williams, Jackson's efforts to avoid and escape from the public and his efforts to lead a normal life were due to severe loneliness and stress. According to Katt, Jackson's attempts to alter and seek solace in various things were symptoms of a mental illness that escalated with the world becoming a fan of the star. Another important part of Michael Jackson's life was his relations with media, which were rather tense. Michael Jackson had a rather complex attitude to journalists and photographers, alternating between the desire to be noticed by them and hatred for the invasion of his privacy. Jackson was under pressure to perform, and his every move was being watched by the media, starting from the lavish lifestyle, his relationships and so on, thus making the environment charged. Indeed, Jackson's confrontations with the media were very often very public and quite theatrical. He was notorious for throwing toys out of the pram and suing the tabloids, which he said were lying and harassing him. This constant fight with the media only helped in raising the curiosity of the people and the public in his personal life. The tension between the African American people and police has been in the limelight for quite some time now, and Katt Williams's recent utterances brings this into perspective. As Katt has pointed, Jackson's relations with the media were not only about pursuing or escaping attention, but they were also a part of his attempts to manage his persona and cover up his personal life. Williams does not deny that Jackson's notorious behavior and media tactics were, to some extent, responses to stalking. Katt Williams's new revelations make the story around Michael Jackson even more multi-layered and confusing. In this regard, Katt presents a view that is different from the general one inasmuch as it seeks to alter some of the traditional beliefs about Jackson's life. Thus, based on the information given by Williams, it is possible to conclude that Jackson's life was not only full of scandals and peculiarities, but it was also influenced by both internal and external factors. From Katt's revelations, it is evident that the media portrayal of Jackson might have led the public to have a wrong perception of Jackson's actions and his reasons. His comments on Jackson's controversies are quite insightful and different from the common perception about Jackson as a person. He was far from being a saint, but the circumstances that surrounded him were some of the major causes of his miserable life. The role of the media in Michael Jackson's life. Katt Williams has not hesitated to lampoon the media in its portrayal of celebrities, especially the likes of Michael Jackson. According to Katt, the media, especially through tabloid journalism and sensationalism, contributed greatly to the way Jackson was perceived in the society. The daily feed of headlines and the intrusiveness of the media portrayed Jackson in a negative light, which is why many aspects of his life were portrayed in a negative light and his problems were often misrepresented. According to Williams, the media plays a role of exploiting celebrities, and particularly black celebrities, with the aim of making profit as opposed to telling the truth. This sensationalism not only intrudes on the privacy of celebrities but also contributes to a story that may obscure the actual accomplishments and struggles of the celebrity. Katt's critique helps to reveal how media practices increase the pressures on stars and lead to their personal and mental health issues. Some of the reactions that fans have given concerning the revelations made by Katt Williams about Michael Jackson include the following. The fans of the King of Pop are coming to his defense, and many of them are disregarding Katt's words as mere exaggerations or a mere attempt to make money out of Michael Jackson's name. To the many fans who have been following him for years, Jackson's contribution to music and his impact on the industry erases the vices that characterized his life. They say that although Katt's statements are rather provocative, they did not change the level of respect they have for Jackson as for the artist and a legend. On the other hand, there is a rising group of people who see some reason in Williams' point of view. These people are interested in Katt's perspective on the media and the stress that Jackson had to endure. They think that Williams's ideas add a different perspective to Jackson's life, which is an important factor when considering the sources that depict her life as black and white. It is a continuation of a discussion that has been going on about Michael Jackson's estate. While some fans remain loyal to their heroes, others are reevaluating their opinions based on these allegations. The struggle between standing up for Jackson and listening to the critique of Williams shows how we think about the lives of our cultural icons. Katt Williams' words have certainly raised a lot of controversy concerning Michael Jackson's reputation. Whether or not these revelations will be long-lasting is yet to be seen. Williams' approach of analyzing Jackson's life and the role of media brings a new dimension to the fans and the public in general regarding the King of Pop. For some, this may lead to a change in perception of Jackson and his legacy, thus changing the way he is being looked at. But the influence of Michael Jackson is tremendous, and it is firmly rooted in the world of music and culture. Although Katt's ideas may change some people's mind, it will not overturn the existing paradigm of Jackson's achievements and challenges. Thus, it is possible to state that, despite the continuous publication of new information about the King of Pop's life, his creative achievements and unique performances will remain untouchable. Outro. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Katt Williams' shocking revelations about Michael Jackson, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more intriguing updates. Stay tuned for more.